Hello everyone, this is Anish Verma and you are listening to the Empower Your Mind for Success podcast. Thank you for being a listener and a subscriber. Yesterday we spoke about different types of businesses, or at least the categories of those businesses, and I wanted to cover something on that a little bit today as well. And I wanted you to think back a little bit about yourself and ask yourself, has any friend, any stranger approached you for starting a business, joining a business with them? Have you had discussions in social gatherings about great business ideas and how to go about executing them? Have you seen infomercials where someone has tried to sell you on the fascinating result and how you could do it too? Well, these are all opportunities where people have tried to sell you or market an idea that has worked for them. And in most cases, they were not lying. They were not trying to fabricate the truth. It has worked for them, and it continues to do so. If the idea that they share with you solves a problem that you are facing in your life, then that idea will resonate with you. But if it doesn't solve a problem, then the idea will not resonate with you. Okay, so let's talk about a situation where it does solve a problem in your current life. It could be, risk aversion by creating another source of income. It could be you want to make some extra money to pay off your car or mortgage. Whatever the case is, you just want to make extra money. Who doesn't, right? Whatever the case is, let's say it does solve a problem you have, but then what do you do, right? If it's a friend, maybe you would entertain and continue the discussion. But if it's a stranger, I think your subconscious mind kicks in with the stranger danger warning signs going on in your mind, and whether the idea is good or not, your entire defense system in your mind and body is telling you not to agree or not to listen. And that's when our mind gives us reasons of backing away, stepping away, ending the discussion, whatever the case is. Now, it is pretty interesting that I am talking about conscious mind and subconscious mind here as well. And as you know, I'm doing this podcast for helping people, change their mindsets and have more of a better confidence and the self-image, so that they can move on in life and achieve much more than they think about themselves, right? So our subconscious mind gets trained, since we are born. Everything is fed to us for a long time, and by the time we realize what is good or not good, what is right or wrong, what is black or white, our subconscious mind has already been trained to behave in a certain way. So in most cases, when someone approaches us with an idea, it is not always our conscious mind making the decision, right? Actually, on the contrary, the subconscious mind would guide you, and then your conscious mind will try to rationalize the decision that your subconscious mind has made. Now, you may know this but not acknowledge it, or you may not know this at all, but that is how decisions are made. Decisions are made at an emotional level first, and then your conscious mind tries to rationalize it later. There are a lot of books written on this topic. This is not my theory, but I really believe this to be true. Now, when I think about this for myself, I remember seeing all the infomercials. I remember people approaching me for businesses, and I always believed that if they can do it, I can do it. So my starting point was, yes, I believe what you're saying. And I think that is how I ended up trying so many businesses and had so many failures in my business life. After which I realized what things I need to change. So the idea I wanted to discuss with you today about was, don't say no to a business idea or dismiss it right away, at least not before you have thought a little bit about it, and collected done some research about the business idea. You should feel good about yourself, that there was something in you or in your personality or your demeanor that somebody felt you are approachable, and they shared their idea with you and they wanted you to be part of it. You should really feel good about it. I know it sounds a little bit counterintuitive, and it may sound that you are more vulnerable or you got manipulated, but that's really not the case. No one can force you to make a decision. The decision will always be yours, but you should really feel good that somebody approached you with an idea. If it's your friend, he knows you, she knows you, so that's obviously there, right? But that is something I want to talk to you guys about, right? So let's not dismiss anything, and then let's create a framework of deciding whether you want to move forward with the idea or not, right? We spoke about the why, you, who. Your why is your why. It doesn't matter how you achieve your why or your purpose. That is usually the North Star. That doesn't change and should not change, by the way. It can evolve, I guess, but usually it doesn't change, right? You as a person, if you're in your 20s, 30s, at least above 20s, you yourself are not going to drastically change. Yes, you will improve, your thought processes will change, but your personality in general does not differ from, being one color to the other, right? One type to the other. It doesn't happen. So you need to know what your personality type is, and there are a lot of assessments that we have spoken about that you should take to understand what your strengths are. So your why and your you of the Woohoo method are pretty much stationary, okay? They don't change as much. Now, your who will obviously change based on what kind of business you choose. So how do you make a decision, or what is the decision framework that you want to use, right? So who is definitely one aspect of it, but who comes, I think, a bit later, right? The first thing you got to think of is, will this idea help you solve a problem that you have today at a instant gut level, right? And then you try to align that with your strengths, and then you need to step back and figure out, why would you say yes or no to the idea? Is it your subconscious mind telling you or warning you about it because you have always had anxiety about businesses? It is too risky in your mind. You have seen a family member do a business but fail miserably and they lost a lot of money. Maybe you have seen people become nasty in some businesses when they try to approach you. What are the reasons that your subconscious mind is giving you to say no, right? That is something I think you need to sit down and evaluate, right? That is the second point I would say after the who, right? It's definitely something you need to sit back and evaluate. And the third is, try to find people who have succeeded in the business idea than to find failures. And I can tell you, if you throw a stone at a group of people, chances are more than 90% that it'll hit a person who has failed in some business or the other, right? Because less than 2% businesses succeed in the entire world, right? It's not easy to take an idea, execute it, and turn it into a success. It's not easy. If it was, all of us would have done it, right? So that is something I think you need to look for. Let me give an example. Let's say you're a family member, your brother, your sister, your child is sick, is not feeling well, right? You would try to find a specialist doctor who is very successful in trying to help your family member get better. You are not going to go to a mediocre doctor to find or help or have them help your family member, right? If your child wants to be the best tennis player that is out there, You're not going to go to your neighbor and ask him or her to coach your child. You will go to a tennis sports club, find a very good tennis coach, pay the money, and have the person coach your child to become the best tennis player out there. Pretty logical, right? So the same way, if you are having a problem in your life that you believe can be solved by a business, most of the problems can be solved by money, most of them, right? I'm not talking about relationships, depression, that's not my specialty. I'm focusing more on helping people make money and help them improve their mindset that they can make money, right? It is our right to grow and become richer and make more money and help others, right? It is our right to do that as humans. So thinking about the same thing, if you have a problem in your life, wouldn't you want to go to someone who is successful in a particular business to help you and teach you and train you and mentor you to make money in that type of business, right? You would not, then why would you make a decision in that business because you have met several people who have failed? Chances are you are going to meet several people who have failed. That is the nature of a business. You have to look for and find people who are successful in a business, and then you make your decision, right? That is why finding your who is very important, right? So the third thing is try to find successes to base your decision on. When someone is trying to tell you that you can be successful in a business based, especially in an infomercial on television or an ad that you're watching on your computer, they are making an assumption that you can do what they can do, right? So they say, look, I was a school dropout, I could do it, I'm sure you can do it too. That's what they're trying to relate. And you start believing in that, or maybe not. And then you find people who have, oh yeah, I've tried that business. You talk to a friend, you talk to a colleague, oh yeah, don't worry, it's a scam, right? Most of those people will kind of try to dismiss it, and that influences your decision-making process. Now think about this. Who are you asking for advice on a business? If you're asking a person who has failed or has no knowledge about the business, he or she will not give you good advice, right? You go to a good financial analyst to receive advice about where to invest your money in your 401k, in your stocks. The same way you got to do about any business that comes to you as well, right? So think about it, right? At least 3 points. Your subconscious mind. Is it your subconscious mind? Is it your defense mechanisms triggering you to say no? Stranger danger, anxiety, risk, whatever the case is, you got to step back and think about it. That is the only way you will learn and discover why you make certain decisions the way you do. It's very important. Second, try to find people who have succeeded in the particular business. And third, try to find a person who has not only succeeded but is willing and able to help you succeed, right? So those are some of the 3 things that I would recommend you take a look at. That is what I did, guys, after I had failed in all my 5 business attempts. I knew something had to change. And when I realized that I was the problem, it was not the business type, it was not the person who sold me on the business idea, it was me. I could not replicate the success because I had issues, I had challenges that I needed to overcome, right? Mostly in my mind. It was not a capability issue, it was a mindset issue. And when I realized that, I started working on it, and that's what I'm trying to help you guys with as well. So think about these 3 things before you make a decision. Don't say no, don't dismiss any idea. Will it take you time to figure this out? Of course it is going to take time to figure out. Anything worthwhile takes time. So if you want to find a solution to a problem that you're facing in your life, you have to spend time on it. And the only way you can reduce the time spent on finding a solution is by taking help from someone who has approached you to help you, right? That is how you need to make your decision. So don't say no right away. Listen to the person, have a cup of coffee, Try to figure out what he's trying to do. Don't base your decision based on how successful he or she is, because he or she might have just started on the business. So yes, you don't want to learn from that person, but maybe that person has other mentors who can teach you, right? Everybody is trying to make more money usually in the world. And one of the basic principles of making more money is to provide value to someone else. The more you give, 10 times you receive. It's the law of the universe, right? It is also one of the laws of the, one of the 5 laws of stratospheric success that Bob Burg speaks in his book, Go Giver. A great book if you have not read it. It's a very nice business novel. It's a story about a business idea. You would finish that book within two hours. It's a small book, but it's very beautifully written to explain the 5 laws of stratospheric success, right? So something that you need to think about: don't rush into making a decision and dismiss a business idea. You never know how God is helping you and what kind of medium or messenger God is sending you a message and trying to answer your prayers, right? We all pray to God, whether it is God, the grand overall designer, the energy in the universe, some spirit, whoever and whatever you believe in, right? That thing is trying to answer your prayers. And if you dismiss those answers without adequate thought and a process of elimination, then you would have done a disservice to yourself. So before you say no, step back, think, have a very open dialogue with the person who has approached you, with a friend who has approached you, with the infomercial that you might have seen. Do research. Right, that is what I do today. There are a lot of people who even today approach me with multiple business ideas, like in cryptocurrency, stocks, trading, real estate, right? I have made a decision that I don't want to embark in those decisions. That is my decision for whatever reason that I have made those decisions, right? I am focusing on online businesses that I believe can be scaled much more faster and will not be dependent on the 24 hours of time I have every day. So I'm looking for those kind of businesses that I can scale by putting in the effort once and then keep duplicating that effort through online assets, right? The same way, you got to figure out for yourself, what kind of businesses you want to engage in. Any business will take money, okay? Don't let anyone fool you that you can start a business or run a business at low cost. It's not possible. Every business takes money and time, and the more money you spend, the faster you can grow the business, right? There is no secret about this, right? There are a lot of businesses that you can start with small amount of investment. I mean, some businesses you can start with couple of $100, $300. Some businesses obviously take $500,000, $1 million if you're setting up a franchisee or you're investing in real estate, right? And also, when you always need to think about positive cash flow that you can make every month, right? That is why I am not a big fan of real estate. There are very successful people in that, right? But I don't want to spend hundreds and thousands of dollars into a real estate asset that I cannot control the value of its appreciation or depreciation, right? I do not like that. So that is my reason. But there are a lot of people who have been very, very successful in real estate. Robert Kiyosaki is a great guy. Donald Trump, our president, has been very successful in real estate, right? So there are a lot of people who can make a lot of money, but it's just not me. So you decide, right? And look at why you're making the decision the way you are. Look at your subconscious mind. Look at your, the people who have succeeded criteria. And third is who is willing to help you, right? So use this. Hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully this has reduced some of your anxiety around how to go about figuring out whether you want to say yes or no to someone who approaches you for a business. And hopefully this will help you, and if it does, please share it with others. Thank you once again for listening. Remember, you have unlimited potential. Own it, Until next time, take care.